I mean, Charlie.
I think we're going to have to regroup.
Hello and welcome to Love Island The Morning After, the place to be in the morning to get all your Love Island intake. I am Indiyah Polack.
And I'm Amy Hart. And once again, we are joined by the fabulous Joe Bags. And Joe, I have to tell you, great news. All our wonderful viewers are behind our petition to ban the three-way snogs from Love Island. All we need is 100,000 signatures and it will be read in Parliament.
I have been prepping my outfit for the day I get invited to Parliament. It's actually what Indiyah's wearing right now.
Yeah, lovely.
So
very
I'm
chic.
ready for that, and
Yeah.
I'm ready to get there because I had enough after yesterday.
Yeah, it was a lot. Well, guys, I think we should get into last night's episode.
Let's
we
do
should.
it.
It is time.
Let's start with Charlie and Jess, which is something that I didn't think I'd be saying like 24 hours ago.
True. I would have never paired them together, you know.
No.
I wouldn't have, no.
Really, I think I can see it. I can see the
Really?
vision. I can. I think that Jess seems like she'd love a bad boy type of vibe. Because Sammy was quite, from her season, obviously, who she was with, was quite, you know, I think she's coming in, changing her type up, a bit rugged, some tattoos, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm seeing it.
See, I'd put her with Sean, I'd put her with Tommy, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm
You're wrong.
Maybe she should choose her own partners.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
That would make a lot
That
of
would make a
sense,
lot
to
of
be
sense.
honest.
So we saw last night, obviously, Charlie and Jess have that big flirty conversation where he was like, I want to kiss you, but the tree's not covering you. And then he went over to Millie and was like, so we're going to lock it off then? I know it's only day 4, but, you know, I need to know. Kissed her and then was like, I do really like Jess. Like, strange behaviour, I would say.
Number one, I don't think the bushes or the trees are the issue for you in a TV show where there is a camera in every corner.
CCTV everywhere.
Yeah, I think, you know, number one, that will be brought up at movie night. So, you know, don't even worry about that. Also, very weird way to play it with Millie. It was giving like kid in a candy shop. I want everything. I want to kiss the one girl that I like, but also pursue another girl I like. It made me feel a bit weird, that situation.
Do you think he's trying to get locked off early? Obviously, traditionally, couples that couple up in the first week and go on a bit of a journey do well. Do you think and also, you know, if you're single in there, you are always vulnerable.
Yeah.
Do you think he's trying to lock it off with someone?
Do I think that he's trying to lock it off between two of the only winners of Love Island that have been in there?
Winner's circle.
I might do, yeah. I have a
Charlie,
hunch.
we see you.
I can't really wrap my head around what Charlie wants because obviously we did see last night he was speaking to Millie and he did mention about locking things off. But he then goes on to speak to Jess and then have another flirtatious conversation with her. And then when Millie kind of like pulls him up about it, he goes back into the, well, you know, we're single. I'm single. I'm not your boyfriend. So I can actually do this and flirt with who I want to. So it's kind of like, what does he actually want from Millie?
But then when she was getting some sun cream, like it's very important to put your sun cream on
It
in South
is.
Africa, he was having a go.
Yeah.
I think he's changing his mood and who he's pursuing just like as the wind changes day by day.
And it's quite windy out there.
And it's very windy and very cold, so that explains a lot. I think he just keeps thinking it's situation by situation. I don't actually think he's thinking long term. I don't think he's thinking about anything other than, oh, it's getting flirty with Jess, so I'll just pursue that in this conversation. Comes out, uh-oh, Millie's there. Let me take her for a chat. It's very like, I don't know, it's kind of like puppy vibes, isn't it, really?
But then it's like also, where do you draw the line? Like in Love Island, like if two people, like for example, Charlie, you're getting to know Millie and you're getting to know Jess.
It's another triangle.
Where do you draw the line with flirting? Because obviously
Yeah.
now we can see Millie doesn't really like, you know, him heavily flirting with somebody else and then coming back to kiss her. But it's like he very much enjoys flirting with Jess. I mean, look, they went into the secret garden and then he came out, you know, trying to convince people that they kissed, even though he know they hadn't.
Yeah.
I think he likes the chase. That's one thing I think we've seen. And I think he likes that, you know, rush of dopamine when you're doing something naughty. Two things that I probably wouldn't look for in a partner
No.
because they're always going to lead to bad things happening. So I don't know if I was Millie and seeing this situation unfold, you know, in front of me, I'd go, oh, actually, maybe I should just, you know, not pursue this. So I don't know. I could kind of see it in Millie's eyes tonight, though, that I think it's starting to register
100%.
that there's a little bit of gameplay here.
Yeah. I don't think Millie likes the idea of having to share her attention and having to sort of like, you know, wait for you to tell me that you fully are interested or you want to lock it off with somebody else. So, I mean, we'll see in tonight's episode
Tough
as well.
for Millie as well. There's not any other guy in there really that she does like.
Yeah.
Really. All of her eggs at present are in one basket.
Yeah.
But for him, it's not. So
Yeah.
that's also a weird dynamic in a Love Island couple because you kind of got to sit there and just like let it happen in front of your eyes.
And I guess she can't kick off too soon because she doesn't want to like, cancel it and then she's just left by herself. So she probably will keep him sweet for a bit.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm really not getting the vibe that Millie is going to let this go on anymore.
Yeah,
No.
same.
And then obviously Jess and Tommy, sort of collateral damage in this as well. Jess had sort of called things off with Tommy anyway, like when they went up to the terrace. It was quite awkward.
Very awkward.
And then he said, you haven't really spoken to me today. And she was like, oh yeah, just keeping it cool. And then she suddenly started rattling out like, I don't want to be with you because you still live at home. Like, isn't he like
what's
22?
wrong with that?
That was
I lived at
harsh.
home till I was like 27,
Yeah.
28. And I loved it because you put your washing in the basket and then it turns up in your wardrobe.
Don't
Yeah.
I miss that
Great.
so much.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Dinner is always cooked. The fridge is always full.
Yeah.
Iconic.
What is wrong with that? Also, he's an Italian man.
Yeah,
They're very
very homely,
family-centric, family values. Is that
Yeah.
not attractive?
Yeah.
I'd find that attractive, but
I do agree
hey-ho.
with what you're saying in the sense, well, how old is Tommy? 22?
Yeah.
He's very young. So I think to be expecting a 22-year-old guy to have his own apartment and everything at 22,
Has she
I think
never
it's a
heard
lot
of
of
the
pressure.
cost of living crisis? The,
What?
Yeah,
the,
I think it's a
the
lot.
rental market decline?
What are you expecting from this man? And if it was all about his finance, like Whitney says, he probably wouldn't be in Love Island. Like,
Literally.
I don't understand. So
Yeah.
I did feel like that was a tiny bit out of pocket. I feel like it could have been justified in a better way.
Yeah, I think it was
Out of
just
pocket.
I think it was just a cop out. And I think also Jess was having so much fun with Charlie last night. She didn't even realize that she'd barely spoken to Tommy. So when like Tommy comes up and is like, oh, you've not spoken to me all day, it's because you've been entertained by somebody else. Like
Yeah.
somebody else has your attention.
And that's bad when the person
Yeah.
forgets you're even in the villa.
yeah.
Like it wasn't a matter of avoiding, it was no,
Yeah.
she completely forgot you were even in there.
Yeah.
It's even worse than you think, Tommy. I'm sorry.
yeah.
But I do think that was like she needed a reason to get rid of him, and she was like, "What can he's literally done nothing
there.
wrong?"
No.
And she doesn't want to say, "I just don't like you," so she went with that.
I
Yeah.
know, and the nice guy
Bless
doesn't
him.
always win.
No,
Man. Hey, well, you know what? There's loads more days to come.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
loads more days for
Loads more
bombshells.
bombshells.
New relationships.
as
so.
Charlie said, we are literally on day 4.
Day 4.
Day 4.
6 weeks of all-stars romance, iconic pairings, unforgettable moments, and standout pre-love fashion is almost near. With our newest cast now revealed, it's only right to pay homage to the eBay pre-love looks that have shaped Villa fashion history so far. From Gabby and Elma's Wonder Doll Heidi Coord in Love Island All-Stars Series 2 to Liberty's instantly recognisable Jean Paul Gaultier two-piece, pre-love fashion has always played a starring role. These are pieces with lore, personality and individuality, worn in ways that feel uniquely Islanders. Ekin Su elevated her date night look with an authenticity guaranteed Prada bag, while brands like I Am Gaia continued to dominate, with Islanders such as Georgia and Helena adding their own spin. It's not just the girls either. The boys are also bringing elite pre-love sneakers plus authenticity guaranteed bags, loafers and accessories into the Villa this season too. All thanks to eBay, sponsors of Love Island All-Stars. Another thing about Tommy was the other night he said, didn't he? Oh, yeah, if there's new bombshells, I mean, the girls will up their game a bit. And he said that he's made a few comments about, all the girls haven't been making much effort. But we haven't really seen him talk to anyone else either. So if him and Jess are done now, where does that leave him? Like, who will he go to, do you think?
Well, he'll have to start grafting.
Yeah. I
Look-
don't even know who he's interested in or who. No shade. Like, who's interested in Tommy?
I know, but sometimes when things aren't happening, you do
Yeah.
look elsewhere.
And do you
for
know what? I
answers.
think what does happen is like when you spend so much time with one person, like for example, it's just been Tommy and Jess for a long while. So he's thinking this
For
is
a
going to
whole
work.
4 days.
He's thinking this is going to work out and now it's not. And it's like you realize, crap, I've not actually been speaking to other people.
And he's built this brand, the Tommy and Jess brand. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, if that's going to go away, who are you alone, Tommy? That's the
Yeah.
worry.
Maybe I think that he obviously has DM'd her before, they FaceTime.
Yeah.
He's like perfect. Like we do like each other. We've already got that initial spark. We'll just couple up and we'll go till the end. Amazing.
But that's giving friendship.
Yeah. But I mean,
It's giving friendship.
This will defo like put a pep in his step to defo like speak to more girls and see who he's got a connection with. Because
Yeah,
there's,
for sure.
do you know what? Everyone is still single.
He's going to pull
No,
Sammy.
everyone. I think so.
I think he's going to pull
Yeah.
Sammy. And then I
Yeah.
think we'll get a little bit of rivalry with Sean for sure.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen.
Do we think they could be a match? Tommy and Sammy?
I don't know because Tommy and Sean are quite similar.
Yeah, they're literally like when I see them sitting next to each other, they're just like little brothers.
But I think Sean's a bit more giggly.
Yeah.
And I think Tommy's lovely, but he's a little bit more serious. And I don't know whether a lot of the girls in there, they kind of, if they're going to go for the silly guy, they want that kind of like to laugh. Or, it's all about personality.
Yeah.
That's what they said at the start. That's what they're doing, like trying other options. So I'm not sure with Tommy how that would go down with Sammy.
Yeah, it's interesting with Tommy and Sammy because obviously Sammy and Sean had that chat earlier on. And then obviously Sean went off to like sort of cool things off with Belle, which we'll talk about in a minute. But then Sammy was like, oh, yeah, like, I felt like she was a bit like, I don't like him that much. And Sean's gone over and shut things off with Belle. And then Sammy's not even that interested. So Tommy could be her sort of like get out clause of that.
Oh, yeah. What did she say? She was like, I like my chats with everyone. That's not what you're meant to be saying when a man is marching towards the fire pit to defend you. It was quite worrying, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe Sean might be in a bit of trouble then if he is closing things off for Sammy and she is wide open. She's also been a bombshell. How long has she been in there? A day?
A day?
Yeah.
Yeah, a day. I don't know. It's kind of on him then, isn't it?
Yeah.
To shut off all other options in there gradually.
But you know what? Also, I do think that when we touch back to the episode the night before last, when Belle really was just saying to Sean, look, I want to know if you're catching feelings for other people, like just basically keep me in the loop.
Yeah.
I feel like he wanted to be like safe rather than sorry.
Yeah.
So yes, he didn't need to go up to Belle and be like, oh, I fancy Sammy.
Yeah.
But I think he, again, just didn't want it to come from someone else that he's flirting and getting to know other people. And quite frankly, I don't really think Belle and Sean are getting anywhere.
No.
And I think Belle also knows that herself, but she just doesn't want to be left alone. And also, she doesn't want to be the one that's like getting let down easy.
Yeah.
She wants to be the one doing it.
He was damned if he did and damned if he didn't in that situation. And I said it yesterday and I'll say it again. This all stems from the fact that like Belle's ego is bruised from this situation. She tied him off, then suddenly was like, I'm going to give you a chance. And it sucks in that situation where you go, actually, I'm going to give this a go. And they pie you. It has happened to me. I have also done it to people.
Yeah.
It's horrendous. Because you're like, your pride's so hurt because you're thinking, oh my God, I feel like a massive tit. A huge tit. So I know how Belle is feeling and I can see why she reacted like she did.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of a sticky situation because I'm sure she's up there with Jess going, I can't believe I even entertained this, you know?
100%.
And I think for Belle now, it's like, where does she stand? Because her sort of 3 irons in the fire were Shaq, Sean, and Scott. All the S's.
Oh, the 3 S's.
Yeah.
3 S's in the fire.
And, Shaq now has Helena and AJ. Scott seems really happy with Leanne, but also was sat with Millie quite a lot today, I noticed in the background. But so now she's lost Sean. She's then 3rd down the rung of the other 2. So it's like, where does she go now? It's like, Connor?
And I agree with you. And that's probably it. The realization of her is setting in that she's also like, oh no, I might be vulnerable.
The thing with Sean is, bless him, he literally just did what she asked him to do.
100%. Yeah.
He said, like, keep me in the loop, tell me what's going on. So he did, and then it all backfired on him.
Yeah.
I don't actually think he did anything wrong.
No.
I'm just going to put
No,
my
not
hands
at
up
all.
and say it. I just think he was doing what she wanted, but in that situation, he just wouldn't have won.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was being a nice guy and just saying, yeah, he wasn't gloating. He's not that type of guy. He wasn't like, I fancy Sammy to make her feel bad.
Yeah.
It was like, before you hear or see this, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I thought it was like Love Island formula, like 101.
Yeah.
You do that to be nice.
But I feel like with Belle, I feel like if it's not what she wants to hear, it's not the right answer.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I feel like she would have preferred Sean to come up here and be like, I'm deading it with you.
Yeah.
Rather than come up to me and be like, oh, by the way, I find Sammy attractive.
So
Because that's
fair.
really sort of like, okay, you're telling me you find her attractive, but what?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then?
But then on the flip side, Belle said to someone earlier on, like, everyone's getting to know everybody.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's still single. But he was just doing what she asked. But
I think it's hard as well. Out of nervousness, I do this sometimes. Like Sean's obviously said to her, so where does this leave us? And I think he's just saying that out of pure panic for how this has gone so south. And that triggered her more to say, well, you've brought me over here. And I just think it was never going to wrap up in a positive light.
Yeah.
And when someone says, are we done here? You're always like, yeah.
Yeah, no, because was it? No, actually. So how was your day?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always done there.
I mean, to be fair, Belle is just afflicted with what we're all afflicted with, which
Yeah.
is like, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, yeah.
We're not
Yeah.
fine. Thing is, though, everyone keeps asking in the villa, keep me in the loop, let me know what's going on. And we see it time and time again on Love Island. But when is the right time? Like, is it when you first like sort of lock eyes with someone? Is it once you've snogged them? When do you need to tell the person you're coupled up with or getting to know? that you do also want to get to know someone else. Because I think, again, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because if Sean had waited until he'd kissed Sammy, or whether he knew that he definitely wanted to sort of pursue Sammy rather than Belle, everyone would have been like, well, that's come out of the blue. Like, why didn't you say anything before? Like, you've obviously known for a couple of days. Whereas if you does it now, it's like, well, it's very early to be saying that.
I think if the chat goes from friendship to flirty,
Yeah.
and there's like an exchange of, we both think we're attractive, shall we talk more? I think that's a good time, which is what he did.
Yeah.
I think any less than that feels strange. I think any more than that is blindsided. That's
I
kind of
agree.
where my boundaries go.
I agree,
But you
yeah.
guys, might differ.
Yeah, I would say probably after like the second conversation, you kind of know if you fancy the person and if you want to take it that bit further. Yeah, I agree with you, Joe.
From the moment where it would get bait if you're spending a lot of time with them is when you go, oh, I should probably let the other person know.
Yeah.
When you go to the secret garden in front of everyone and come out and wipe your mouth, that's when.
That's when you need to tell people.
We did see at the end of last night's episode that Jess went to check on her, so we will find out what she's thinking tonight. Mr. Shaq, he seems at the moment to be one of the only guys in the villa that is giving boundaries. Yeah, see what I did there? It's giving.
It's giving boundaries.
It's giving.
Giving boundaries. Now, I was a little bit confused yesterday because for some reason, obviously, we saw that Helena found out from the girls that he had had a snog with AJ. He then immediately did tell Helena, was like, look, I put my hands up. I'm sorry it did happen. I'll let you know in the future if anything else happens. But then we did see in last night's episode, he brought the conversation up again and was like, we had 2 kisses.
I was
just
so
don't think
confused by this.
Because it wasn't that it wasn't 2 kisses. It was like, mwah, break again. But it was 2 kisses in the same, like, time.
There
it wasn't
was
like
no
he left.
need.
I know, but do you think that's because we all have got guys on technicalities before? And do you think that's if the movie night screen comes up and it's like, you told me you had 1 kiss and that is 2?
Yeah.
Like,
I get
I
it.
understand your point. I just think it was a really weird thing to bring up again. Helena was feeling a way about that. You squashed it and it was fine. And you were moving on, setting the boundary and it all seemed fine. So to bring it up again, I just don't think it was worth it. I didn't even notice as a viewer that they kissed twice, really, because it was in the
more
same
just
setting.
in the same kind of
They just
section.
paused.
Yeah.
Tell me, how long does the pause have to be in between a kiss to constitute 2 kisses? Please let me know in the comments.
We kissed 10 times.
I don't understand. If I sit there and I kiss someone once, but I pause for breath twice, is that 3 kisses?
I don't know.
No. The minute you kiss, I don't care if you've kissed once or 100 times, you've kissed.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
it. So you don't really need to tell me like, so we kissed once and then we had a break and then we did it again. Then we did it the 3rd time. We added this. Like, no.
Do you think he brought it up again to continue to plant the seeds that he is into AJ a little bit?
No, do you know what? I think he brought it up again, like you said, Amy, just so he doesn't get caught out and just so
Right,
nothing
okay,
get
fine.
misconstrued. It's like, look, we did lock lips twice in the space of 1 minute.
Yeah.
You know, I think he
yeah.
just wanted to be absolutely clear. And maybe he went to bed thinking, oh, look, I've not told her everything. I haven't told her everything.
Which I mean makes him a nice guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that.
My favourite part of the whole saga was when he agreed not to kiss AJ anymore. And then AJ said, so you're not going to kiss Helena either? And you could see the cogs turning and he was like, oh,
It's
no,
like that meme
yeah,
of all the
no,
equations
you're right.
coming up.
You're right.
Yeah.
I can't kiss either of you. And he was like, I've gone from 2 people to no people.
Yeah.
But he's standing on business, as Helena said a lot last series. And I really rate that and respect that. Because as we said, he's setting the boundaries. He seems to be the only person in there that's really saying, this is what I'm going to do and I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And he's not upset anyone. And he's doing it in the best way.
I mean, we did see as well, they crept up on the terrace, had a chat. And AJ, I don't know, guys, what do you think? AJ did say that she was trying to challenge him to see if he would really kiss her. But do we think deep down, like, she just wanted to kiss him? But
Of
obviously he
course.
said no, put that boundary in place. And she's like,
Yeah.
oh, it was just a challenge. It was just a challenge
I'm
anyway.
kind of obsessed with that from
Yeah.
her. I think she's really fun.
Yeah, she
and
is.
I like that it was flirty, but it wasn't weird. It wasn't forceful. She laid it on him and then
She even
proceeded
went
to
in
be
with a
like,
pout.
oh, the perfect man. The perfect man, such good morals. I was like, the swerve from this is incredible and I love you for it.
Yeah, I agree.
Who do you think's going to win?
What, between Helena and
Yeah.
AJ?
Oh, sorry. I thought the show. I was like, Amy.
Sweet one.
The show.
No, who do you think's going to win between Helena and AJ?
I think AJ, just because I think there's a lot more sexual chemistry and they seem to be having, do you know what? Yeah, sexual chemistry, whatever, but it is important in a relationship to have sexual chemistry. But I do think human-wise, like they're both having very good, like, you know, friendship conversations and getting to know each other. But there's just more sexual chemistry, I think, with AJ.
But do you not think, one thing that I picked up on, and I might have picked up on this wrong, was Shaq liked them both sort of equally, and then when AJ was sort of trying to put it on him on the terrace and he was like, no, then I feel like he was a bit like,
it pushed him
like
away.
he's got like really good morals and he is like a really like
He's very
sound
just
guy.
like,
And I didn't know whether that maybe put him off a bit.
maybe. But to
Yeah.
be honest, you could be right because even when like afterwards, okay, we did see Helena snuck up on the terrace and that obviously put him off and he told her about it. But I feel like even him saying to Helena, look, I didn't really appreciate when you came up on the terrace. It kind of shows that he cares. Because if he didn't give a toss, he would literally be like, yeah, whatever. But I feel like he felt a bit like, why don't you trust me?
And
to
he
go on the
didn't
terrace
want to
and
be
have-"
put off.
He didn't want to be put off. So I don't know. But again, I would have never put Helena and Shaq together as like a romantic couple, but the villa does crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Can I just say as well, Helena going up there, like it was hard to watch. I was mortified for her in that moment.
Yeah.
And I wish Scott just played it off and acted like there was no one in the room.
Yeah.
I wish Scott just like acted a little bit. Was like, oh no, just wanted some air.
Yeah, literally.
Wanted to take in the view.
Don't let Scott look and be like, okay, right, let's go.
I would have army rolled down those stairs before someone can catch me creeping.
Yeah, wasn't it supposed to be like them trying to make Shaq jealous by making out they were going up there for like a romantic chat?
If that's what it was, I did not feel that in any sense.
That's what I took it as in they were creeping up there to look at what they were doing.
But they
then
made out.
when they got there, because they were like, oh, someone's already taken our spot.
No.
Yeah. But then I think they didn't
Helena
do it.
sort of came clean a bit and was like, yeah, I do regret doing that.
Could Helena have not have done it with like Sean or it's not believable with Scott.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
blimey.
genuinely think that they went in there to kind of like in hopes to open the door and see them like mid-kiss.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen. So
Oh,
then
it was too
they opened the
much.
door and it's like, oh, actually, we're just gonna get.
I would have run off screaming.
I mean, looking at it, do we think Shaq has got the right approach? We can see that he's laid down some thick rules, okay? He's not going to be kissing a girl in the night and he's not going to be kissing another girl in the day. But when does it stop? Like, when does he decide, like, okay, right, I know who I want to start kissing again?
I have a suggestion.
I think that's the level playing field, isn't it? You
Yeah.
do your suggestion.
3-way kiss.
Hey! before the new law comes into effect.
Would we say he is handling it right, though, in like the laws of Love Island?
I think it's quite good because I think it sort of sets a level playing field. And then once he's got to know them both, we'll know who he's chosen by who he kisses.
I don't think it's going to last very long. But in the same breath, I also don't think he's going to lock himself down too quickly because he did that in his previous series and I think he wants a different experience. So who knows? There might just be a lot of kissing going on moving forward and the rules might have to be broken.
Or someone else might come in and then he
Well,
might kiss a
that's
new
it.
person and then it's going to be all
We don't know who's coming in that door.
That is all from us this morning. And of course, we'll be here tomorrow morning and we'll be letting you know if Sean makes his move on Sammy. Joe, do you fancy joining me?
Oh, I'm coming back.
Hey.
I'm coming back.
And don't forget, you can get involved in the podcast. Leave us a comment on here or on Instagram. And also you can email themorningafter@itv.com. And we will see you first thing tomorrow morning.
Bye.